We can't use the elevator. If that thug Pablo's recovered, he'll be waiting for us.
We've got to do something. Where does that door lead to?
I'm not sure.
What was it you wanted to talk about?
I found these in your bag.
Oh, they were a gift.
I know. I read the note.
God knows what was going through Andre's mind.
I think that's quite plain enough.
What?
I gave her the panties.
Are they hers?
Yeah, supposedly.
Okay.
Oh, there they are.
Tell me what you know about condoms.
No, she
Condor
says.
Transglobal
What was
exports
going
plastic
through his
and Mayan
mind?
relics from Central America to Europe.
He says, I
But
think I
that's
know what it
just
was.
a cover for the real business. Drug smuggling.
What proof do you have?
Nothing yet.
Do you know where Condor is based?
In Central America, a place called Quaramonte.
I saw that name on a docket downstairs. Tell me about this Karzak guy.
Well, I saw him for only a few minutes, but he frightens me. I got the impression that Pablo was nervous when he was around too. His eyes, they're like a wild animal's, like a tiger. That's what scared me most about him. He looked so unpredictable and dangerous.
Did you know Ubier's wife was a film star?
No, I didn't know he was married. What happened to her?
She died. In mysterious circumstances, apparently.
Her name
How
was,
mysterious.
I heard she was murdered.
her last name
possibly
was
by Ubier
Climax.
himself.
A murderer, huh? Andre
She's a
said
porn
he was
star.
something of a celebrity.
Did I hear you refer to Inspector Moon?
Yes, you remember him?
Very much so.
Of course I do. But I thought he was dead.
Oh no, he reappeared after the broken sword case had blown over. When he found out who was in with the Neo Templars, he went into hiding. Moon knew more than was good for him.
Does he know about
Happy
our
Sunday
involvement
brunch day. Happy Mother's Day, Mel. Thank you so much, Meg Kate. And happy Mother's Day to Heather as well. And to her sister and others who are mothers, if they are mothers.
Did that Indian guy mistreat you?
Forget about the abduction, verbal threats, and bondage? No.
Well, what about the little guy?
I don't think he knows where he is or what he's doing here. The big guy, Pablo, he brought Titipoco from the jungle.
Titty what?
Titty Poco.
That's what I heard Pablo call the dwarf.
Okay, Titty Poco.
Do you recognize this?
Is that the dart which knocked me out?
That's right. I kept it as a souvenir.
You're weird, George.
George just keeps some weird shit.
Have you any idea who this little statue is supposed to be?
Well, the fact he's running around with her lipstick and her panties
But whatever his name,
kind of scares the hell out of me. Have you ever heard of these games, Mike, called the Broken Sword trilogies? Sorry, it's actually
Look,
5
The
games.
little guy downstairs was chained
So
up
the
with
Broken
thieves.
George, the Broken George, the
That
Broken
was
Door,
that
Sword,
little guy is dangerous.
the Broken Sword.
Poison dart?
Never mind. Series, the Broken Sword series. Okay. All right. So we got a rope in our.
Rope, we got some handcuffs, we got a hand. All right, we got a party going.
Did you hear what he said? He said we got the rope, we got the handcuffs, we got our panties, we got a party going on, and a worm. Score! Once a pervert, always a pervert. Rope
It
and
would
a
be much
pulley.
easier to attach the rope to the statue first.
Okay, so rope and the statue. Thank you very much for giving me that guide. So we're supposed to talk to her about these cups, right? Could you stop? Could you stop? Could you stop? Stop, please.
There was nothing else I wanted to talk to Nico
What do you
about.
mean? We had handcuffs. All right. Rope and the statue.
There wasn't much I could do with a pulley that didn't have any rope.
There's the rope. And the pulley.
The rope wasn't long enough to reach the pulley.
Fudge. The rope wasn't long enough. We are playing a Broken Sword adventure game, Wink. Very, very fun. How about a chair? Maybe the little statue needs a chair. It's the only thing that's in the room. So I'm definitely having a good Mother's Day.
There was no way
Playing
to
that
open
I
the
like to do. Oh man, how? Oh wait a minute, the statue, the rope.
There wasn't enough room to move the handle.
Can we now move the box?
No chance. Whatever those crates contained, they were heavy.
We move this one. But this is the elevator one that's keeping people from coming upstairs to get us.
I couldn't move the crate until I blocked the light beam with something else.
Block the light beam. Light beam.
No help here, Nico.
All she's doing is walking around showing off those long legs of hers.
The statue looked way too heavy for me to move.
What do I do? How do I connect the pulley?
Well, I got some rope.
Yeah, I mean, oh, the handcuffs.
The short chain stopped the cuffs reaching from the statue to the winch.
Did I use them?
There wasn't much I could do with a pulley that didn't have any rope. The short chain stopped the cuffs reaching from the statue to the winch.
I was not trying to reach the statue. I was trying. To. He also's got the masking tape, Chad.
Oh,
The short
Wow.
chain stopped.
it really is getting a little kink.
Looks like it. I mean, there are a lot of the items in here are pretty kind of kinky. So I got the manacle. We've got a rope. We've got. I wonder if we do build
That
something,
wouldn't work.
extend something.
Wrong.
Suck. Tape in the manacles. Tape in the panties.
Well, can you connect like the rope to something kind of as a weight, and then you
I'd
throw it
better
over
think this through.
the pulley or something, or
No, because you got to put the rope on the statue first. I tried to put the rope
The statue looked way too.
on the pulley because when you talk, it says it's missing a
pulley was
rope.
useless without a rope.
the rope.
And now you have the rope, but they made you put it on the statue. So what I don't understand is why wouldn't I take the manacles, the only other useful thing in my inventory?
The short chain stopped the cuffs reaching from the statue to the winch.
And then I tried the manacles and the rope. Yeah, he doesn't even have anything clever to say if you've done something not quite right. What eye? It's a photoelectric eye.
There wasn't enough room to move the handle.
Please get over here.
There wasn't enough room to move the handle. I decided to leave the electric eye alone.
Gotcha.
Hopefully, the tape would prevent those doors from closing and stop the Indian from being able to call the elevator.
There we go. Now we can move close to the rope.
The pallet rose about 6 inches off the floor, and I said a silent prayer to whoever had discovered the power of hydraulics,
What on earth are you doing?
trying to raise the statue so I can hook it to that pole.
Seriously, all she's doing is walking around.
I like to keep myself occupied in times of stress.
Okay, so maybe the rope and the pulley now. Maybe the manacles.
The short chain stopped the cuffs. The short chain stopped the cuffs reaching from the statue to the winch.
But we moved it.
The short chain stopped the...
Where's the rope?
Around the statue's head.
The statue looked way too heavy for me to move.
I don't understand why I can't take these manacles.
Can you click them on pulley?
I
The
think
short
I...
chain stopped the cuffs reaching from the statue to the winch.
It's annoying. He doesn't know what to do with that.
Can you operate on the rope?
The short chain.
Well, I think the thing is that you need to, if this thing sees a statue, the doors might open, and if it's connected to, but it doesn't act like we can do it either.
The short chains.
What else can I do?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No. Wrong, wrong, wrong.
Then we'll go look up.
A little bit of help. Ta-da. Had to be attached to the rope and pulley.
What did you do?
I just went behind and clicked on the rope and the pulley until I found the place where the rope and
I
the
didn't
pulley
see a
are.
need to raise the cart again.
I said try to operate on the rope and see if that did anything, or if you tried to pick it up.
I didn't want to remove the rope from the pulley. I decided to leave the electric eye alone.
What did I do? It didn't want to take the carrier.
It was a hydraulic hand cart. It was too heavy for me to move on my own. I didn't see a need to raise the cart again.
I want to lower the cart, you jackass.
I didn't want to remove the rope from the... The statue looked as if it was... It was too heavy for me to move on my own.
Why doesn't Nico help me?
Could you give me a hand to push this statue?
What for?
This, my dear, is our passport to freedom.
If you say so, dear.
Okay, push!
Ta-da!
Great teamwork.
Nice to be working with you again, Mr. Stobart.
I didn't see a need to raise the cart again.
Ah, funny winkers. All right, it's time to get out of
Wait,
there.
what happened to the...
Statue went flying out the door. Indiana Jones. Watch.
Nico, I have a great idea.
back in Paris. What a great idea, huh? Back in Paris.
George, where have you been? Never mind that. Do you have the Mayan stone?
Maybe I have, but,
Don't argue, Andre. Give the stone to George.
well, of course. If you say so, Nicole.
Thank you so much, Andre.
George, he told me you'd been kidnapped, my dear. I'm glad to see he was mistaken.
Oh, but it was true. If it hadn't been for George, I wouldn't be here now.
That's not finished yet. Karzak's thugs will be back for that stone, you can bet. The best lead that we have is Coromonte City.
Coromonte is in Central America. That's where Ubier gets his artifacts.
That's all we needed to know. Come on, George.
A few days later. Now I'm officially familiar with that.
Coromonte, the traveler's rear entrance to Central America. Well, that's how it was translated in the brochure. We didn't know what we were looking for, but the offices of Condor Trans Global seemed a good place to start.
They watched us coming off the dock of all the boats that came in there. Of all the boats that came in there, they found
That one
ours.
looks like a complete schmuck. It's probably an American.
Yeah.
It's market day. I don't see any cabs. Let's ask someone how to get to Quaramonte City.
Okay. Keep your eyes peeled for any sign of Condor Trans Global.
Right behind us is a big sign that says Condor Trans Global. No, we talk to a woman. Not just any woman.
Parlez-vous français?
Wouldn't they speak Spanish?
Those things are gourds, aren't they?
See.
Hey! Mind the footwear, lady. Do you have to spit like that?
See. You think I want to swallow that crap?
What I mean is, it can't be doing your business any good. I'm sure you'd sell a lot more gourds if you didn't.
Nobody ever complained before.
Okay, I can see I'm not getting through. Do you have crabs? Oh, nice fish.
Thanks.
If, by some remote chance, I ever need a fish,
Hint,
I'll
hint.
be back. Do you recognize this statue?
Is that one, yeah?
It is very, very bad luck. That is Tezcatlipoca, Night Hunter. The guy looked scared out of his wits.
Go away.
Okay. Well, that statue is. Oh no. What were the names of those two Americans?
The ones that are supposed to be from Ohio, but they were like from Texas, but it sounded like they were from Texas or something.
Pearl, and
Probably the other guy, George, too. Or something.
George Stovard, well, longer.
Mrs.
All the
Henderson.
same
Boy, this is some
ridiculous
coincidence,
accent.
huh?
When you've been married to a fruitcake like Dwayne as long as I have, you stop believing in coincidence.
I'd met Pearl and Dwayne on the other side of the globe in Syria. He was an army veteran who suspected he was working for the CIA, but wasn't sure. She was less obviously deranged.
Dwayne and Pearl.
Is Dwayne here with you, Mrs. Henderson?
Why, sure, I couldn't leave him home alone. Since Dwayne came back from the war, we couldn't bear to be apart.
So, where are you now?
We ain't speaking.
We aren't speaking. We couldn't be apart, but we aren't speaking.
Why aren't you speaking to Dwayne?
Because he's an old spoiled sport sourpuss. I want to visit one of those old pyramid places, but Dwayne says he has to stay in town.
Right. And you don't want to go on your own.
Well, there's no point in going to the pyramid if there's no one around to take my picture.
Is Dwayne still working for the CIA?
If he is, he doesn't know it. He's what they call a snoozer.
Don't you mean a sleeper?
No, this is different. He used to think he worked for them, But the psychotherapy cured him of that. What he doesn't realize is that now he really does work for them. At least that's the way I understood it.
What brings you to Quaramonte, Pearl?
What takes me just about anywheres. The market.
You drove 2,000 miles to go shopping?
Shopping is my role in the economy of the great design, George.
What do you make of this stone, Pearl?
Oh, that's pretty. What's that thing supposed to be, a rabbit?
I believe it's a coyote.
Well, it sure is cute.
I was surprised she didn't ask me where she could buy one. What does this mean to you, Pearl?
What cute little feathers. Why, if you had two of those, they'd sure make nice earrings.
This isn't intended for frivolous personal adornment, Pearl. It's a dart, tipped with a fast-acting, muscle-numbing poison.
Pardon me, I stand corrected, honey.
Sometimes I get the feeling that communication with Pearl was like sending signals out into space. Maybe, if you waited long enough, you'd get an intelligent answer back. But it was a long shot. Catch you later, Pearl.
It's what it kind of sounds like, doesn't it? Okay, back to Pearl. She's gonna want
What do you
this
make
one
of this
too.
statue, Pearl?
Ooh-wee, that's a spitting image of Dwayne's brother Sheridan. A little less body hair, maybe, but it's him all right.
I turned
Look at this,
down the
Pearl.
music.
A tequila
I don't
worm.
know if it's
Don't you
enough.
bring that thing anywhere near me, honey. I swear I'll scream like a hog on a hot plate.
That's
Take a
why
look
they're
at this news
there.
cutting, Pearl.
You'll have to read it to me, George. I left my specs in a gay bar in Santa Barbara.
Well, it's about an eclipse of the sun, which is due to occur in a few weeks' time.
You'd think the government would warn us about these kind of things.
It's not dangerous or anything. Apparently, the best place to view the eclipse is right here in Quaramonte.
Oh, my.
She didn't appear to be the slightest bit interested. Catch you later, Pearl.
Okay, so we have Pearl and we have Dwayne again.
Nico.
And they never met Nico. I don't think.
I have done just as I have been instructed, Professor.
Oh, the slimy bastard. Why do I think I remember this?
With the mine closed down,
Maybe I
there
did
will
get
be
that
no one
far.
around to observe your excavation. Ah, I have visitors.
Just remember what I told you, General. There's really no need to make a martyr out of that man.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, Senor. Welcome to Quaramonte.
Thanks. My name's George Stobart from California.
But what is this? An angel come down to earth.
Nicole Collard. Enchanté, mon général.
General. Right, wasn't that the line from
Pardon
Fawlty
me,
Tower?
señorita,
Where is
but
the
I
General?
couldn't help
The
myself.
Generalissimo. In Madrid.
Look, we'd like to ask you a few
In
questions.
Madrid.
You've come to the right place, Senor. Tourist information. General Graciento, at your service.
This is the tourist office? It says police on the sign outside.
It is both, Senor. I am a man of many parts.
I can see that, General.
Have you heard of a guy called Karzak?
No, I never heard of him.
What do you think of these panties, Jim?
Fabuloso.
They're yours. You'll tell me all you know about Karzak.
I never heard of the guy.
Fabuloso.
I told you all I know.
You told me nothing.
Dude, the panties are gone. Oh no. Please don't take my panties away.
Are
Are there any ruins around the city?
Of course, senor. Quarmonte has everything.
I have a friend who wants to visit an historical site.
Ronaldo will only be too pleased to conduct a guided tour. When he's dealt with today's paperwork, of course.
Of course.
Who was the guy you were talking to when we arrived?
Wow.
Professor Ubier.
Ah,
A visitor,
that's
senor,
Professor
like
Ubier.
yourselves.
Did you say Ubier?
Si, senor. Professor Ubier, a French archaeologist.
Did you say never-ending gobstopper?
What's Ubier doing in Quaramonte?
Researching our rich and glorious past, senor. The professor is planning an expedition to some Mayan ruins. He came to see me to get an excavation permit.
This one is a fun one. Would you like some
Would you
dogs?
like a biscuit?
Are you trying to bribe me?
Well, every man has his price.
Mine is more than a dog cookie, senor Stobart.
Dog biscuits, nonetheless.
Look like Scooby-Doo.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
More like
That's a native
Shaggy.
carving, isn't it? Where did you get it?
We picked it up in the market as a souvenir.
Liar. Liar, liar, pass on fire.
Take a look at this label.
Si, senor. Condor Transglobal.
Can you tell me where to find their offices?
No, senor. I never heard of them, and neither did Ronaldo.
Warrior's quick to answer that one.
Are you sure you never heard of Condor?
Oh, yes.
The company is registered here in Quaramonte City.
You are mistaken, senorita.
Condor is run by Karzak, isn't it?
Wrong again, senor. Karzak has nothing to do with anything called
I know
Condor.
nothing about
Whoever he is.
Condor.
Do you keep a record
Or
of persons
Karzak.
registered in Quaramonte?
Of course, senorita. Unfortunately, all
Darn.
the records were destroyed by a flash flood.
Darn.
Do you know anything about the forthcoming eclipse, General?
Such things do not interest me,
It
senor.
wouldn't be like
I'll be
big
back.
selling for your town.
No, it's slightly odd. I'll be back.
The safe was undoubtedly locked. A safe was tucked under the desk. The television was showing what appeared to be a low-budget soap. A tall man with long blonde hair was shouting at a woman who was naked apart from a towel.
Papers? We don't need no stinking papers.
Papers,
I
please.
had no need for junk mail, especially someone else's. A couple of special offer letters were strewn across the desk.
Let me help myself to his monitor.
It was a computer monitor with some kind of outdated game displayed on it.
King's Quest 1.
Broken sword.
It was a computer monitor with some... I didn't have time to get sidetracked by playing computer games.
No, I think Ronaldo. I don't think we can bother him. I don't know.
Hi, I'm George Stobart.
Hello, senor. How can I help you?
He looks a lot like the guy in Paris who was the sidekick.
Are there any ancient pyramids near Quaramon?
Gee, wonder.
Senor. But it's not very impressive. It's in ruins.
That's
Haha.
perfect. Would you be willing to give a guided tour of the ruins?
I can. The General would have a fit if I left all this paperwork.
I could get your paperwork done. Would you like a Scooby snack?
Would you like a gourmet dog snack biscuit?
I would love one, senor. But I would have a problem with my teeth.
Toothache?
No, senor. If the General catches me eating on duty, he'll knock them out.
Good point.
Do you recognize this statue?
It's Catlipo. The Night Wind. Take it away, senor. That stone is cursed.
Do you know anything about this eclipse?
No, senor. El General keeps me in the dark about most things.
Really?
So
Isn't that like well known fact? Yeah, go in jail. Let's visit the jail cell, huh?
the filing cabinet was probably locked.
Hey again. We are in Quaramonte City.
A filing cabinet stood in the corner.
And you see, Chad has joined me for a little bit. Medicine Hat.
Yep, he knows that.
Let me know if there's something you think I ought to click on that I've not.
Still his junk mail.
I couldn't take his papers.
Oh well. Papers.
A couple of special offer letters. I had no need for junk mail, especially someone else's.
Maybe you can say, you may have just won $1 million.
Hey, General. Congratulations.
Senor.
Oh, he doesn't
Leave
want
the
us
chart
touching the chart. We could touch the junk mail on his desk, but we could not touch the chart on the wall. Gotcha.
I wasn't going to try investigating the passage while the general was sat there.
I think we need to cause a distraction to get him gone. So, or them gone. Maybe it's a combo.
Maybe explore. Maybe see if you can find that professor guy or something.
Yeah. Or Dwayne.
Maybe.
Okay, I'm going to show Pearl the panties.
Why did you show him the stone?
I thought maybe he might know something about it.
Well, he does now, for sure. He knows we have it.
Did you notice that chart on the police station wall?
Yes, it looked like a map to me. But I couldn't
Okay,
make out the
Winkers.
details.
Whatever it was, the general didn't want us to see it. You came on a little strong with the general.
I was merely flattering his ego, Georges. Every man has his Achilles heel.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Achilles heel.
But that guy's weakness isn't in his foot.
It's his other leg.
He's been
Score!
seeing a lot of you.
We meet sometimes for lunch, a drink. After you'd gone back to the States, I was pretty lonely.
Why would he go back
Lonely?
to the States?
You must be desperate. Couldn't you just visit the zoo or something? That man we saw talking to the general was Ubier. Didn't you recognize him?
I never met him, remember? The guy I called in Paris claimed to be Oublié, but he sounded nothing like the man in the police station. Maybe the professor really is innocent.
Nah, it's too much of a coincidence that he's here in Claramonte.
Would you like a Scooby snack?
Would you like a biscuit?
Homemade dog? Have you been eating this?
Sure, they're great.
That's the Kleenex. It isn't the panties. It's the dog biscuits. How about the worm? Would you like the
Take a look
worm?
at this, Nico.
That's disgusting, Georges. Why are you carrying it around with you?
I don't know. I just can't seem to part with it.
Oh God, I love this game. I love these type of games. They make me laugh. I
Guess what
have
this is. Go on, guess.
It's wrought iron.
a
covered with
sarcastic
something
sense of
stuck on an
humor.
old stove.
Well, I suppose it could be. How did she know that?
My grandfather used to work in a foundry.
Take a look at this.
An eclipse of the sun. Why the sudden interest in astronomy?
I found the cutting in Ubier's house.
Apparently, it's only visible from Central America.
Take a look at this.
Mon Dieu! Where did you get that kind of money?
It's not mine. I found that statement at Ubier's house. Do you have any theories about this stone?
I think that design represents a dog, a Mexican dog.
So, this is the sacred Chihuahua stone? Sheesh.
Okay, are we done? Panties, Pearl. Oh, come on, don't spoil it for me, seriously.
She wouldn't have been interested.
Damn it!
Have you met the guy who calls himself the General?
Hi, Slayer Loving Gaming.
real
We got your
general?
I guess so.
notification.
He wears a lot of medals on his chest. The wrong side of his chest. At least for any army I'd ever seen.
Catch you later, Pearl.
The band. We're putting together the band. The band.
Hey,
put-
cheer up, guys. What's with the long faces?
Our pipe player has been arrested and thrown in jail.
Poor Miguel. He never broke the law in his life.
Why was Miguel put in jail?
For playing folk music.
What?
That's an awful
True,
place.
senor. He insisted on playing traditional Guaramonte music, even though it's illegal.
Oh boy.
Why don't you try playing a tune to cheer yourselves up?
No, we should be looking for real jobs.
Real jobs.
10 times as much down the mines.
Ah.
My cousin Ramirez was earning 8 pesos an hour.
Before he lost his legs in the accident.
Tell me about the accident at the mine.
There was an explosion at Teoculcan. 30 miners were buried alive.
They got some of them out, though.
2 of them, including your cousin, and they left half of him behind.
Tell me about the general. You know, the guy in charge around here.
We don't want to talk about him, senor.
How come? No one can hear you. Well, only that old goat.
In Guaramonte, we have a saying. Don't tell your old goat what you don't want your wife to know.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I don't know, I just made it up.
That's even better. Would you like a Scooby snack?
Would either of you guys care for a biscuit?
A dog biscuit, senor?
Are you trying to insult us?
No, really, they're good.
We'll take your word for it.
Have you any idea what this is?
No, senor.
Me neither.
Can you use some water?
Yeah.
Thanks, babe. Oh boy, this should scare. I'm gonna show him the worm first. I mean, the tequila worm, not necessarily any others.
What do you make of this little worm?
No good. It's dead.
Sure it's dead.
Carry it around.
I think I carry it around in my pocket.
Score. Oh my god. Okay.
Take a look at the design on this label. I have seen that before.
Where?
That's coming next.
flying
Just
a
hang
flag
tight,
just
Medicine
like
Head.
When did you see this shit?
3 months ago. It was here, at the docks.
Okay. So offering everyone dog biscuits might be even better than shoving panties in their face. You know it. This is me in a nutshell. This kind of game, this sense of humor, this snarkiness is me 100%.
What was the ship with the Condor flag carrying?
I don't know, senor. We weren't allowed near the docks.
That's right. Usually we meet the ships when they tie up.
We play to the tourists.
Well, when the Condor ship came in, we were told to go away.
Makes you wonder what they're hiding.
Do you guys know anything about
Like the
polar
Condor
eclipse?
shipping
What is it?
company.
It's like when the sun is hidden by the moon.
It's crazy.
My cousin Alfredo swears he saw it happen once. But that was after he stupidly consumed a cocktail of peyote and antibiotics.
Danke. All right, now this is probably going to get a reaction like evil talisman or something like that.
Have you seen anything like...
I, the hungry chief.
Why are you carrying that thing around with you, senor? Don't you know who it is?
Sure, it's Tezcatlipoca. But it's only a little carving.
It brings death, senor. Death and destruction.
Great. Would you like the panties? Exotic panties. Oh, the wrong man! I clicked on the wrong man!
Go away.
You pervert! I was trying to click the panties on the two dudes I was talking. Oh, the band. Okay, not the man, the band. I get so goofy. I have like tears running down my face. Okay, what about these panties?
I
Anything-
decided to leave it.
You want to leave it? Ah, dang it! You spoil my fun, George. Every single time. Let's look at the goat.
Go to the first one.
Claramonte. I feel like I got here. I got to this part. And this might be where I ended up
When did you play this?
3 years ago. Okay, they hear about this man.
That's old.
No, I haven't found the old. I think the old dude might be behind them, maybe. Well, it's a meaningful conversation. We're staring
Hiya.
at each other.
What have you got for sale?
¿Qué?
I said, what have you got? Oh, never.
George is trying to get banned from as many jurisdictions as possible. Yeah, that's achievement. Get George banned from the town.
They send them to Antarctica.
It's kind of like Chevy Chase when he goes to Germany, and the bells of the church bells are ringing in the
Inside the
town,
hut was a
and
chair
Rusty's
and a
with the
small
German
table.
girl, almost getting a little jiggy, and it's like, whoa, they haven't ring the bells. They're going to kill someone, Dad. Because who else would cause that kind of problem but Chevy Chase and, of course, Clark W. Griswold, right? Okay, so maybe this man here, we can actually talk to him. I'm still trying to find Dwayne.
Hi.
You wanna buy something?
Want to
no,
buy
not really.
something.
I got cabbages. Buy a cabbage, senor.
I don't think so.
There
I
should be
didn't
a
come all
person
this
non
way to
grata achievement for getting through every location in the game.
Game by being inappropriate. Absolutely. Okay, what about this guy?
Listen, have you heard of Condor Trans Global?
No. Buy a cabbage. I'll give you a discount on bulk purchases.
I'm not into cabbages.
All right, well, if you're not into cabbages, would you like this monkey? That's surely to cause you happiness. It brings death and destruction.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Aye, Tezcatlipoca. Put it away, senor. Tezcatlipoca brings nothing but evil.
And death and destruction, I was
The poor
told.
guy was so freaked, he didn't even mention his cabbages.
See ya.
Okay, so I'm guessing now we are person non grata. All these
What
people.
about the old guy with the cane?
Would the guy like the panties?
That guy wasn't interested in anything except cabbages.
So panties will not interest him, huh?
Talk to him about coleslaw.
Talk to him about coleslaw. Talk to him about Reuben sandwiches.
Do you like sauerkraut?
Yeah, sauerkraut. Say it real nice and silky smooth. Sauerkraut. Okay, yeah, it's also got like. What you like? Would you like coleslaw? How about these panties? All right, they don't want the panties, Chad. Would the man like the panties? Would you like the panties, sir? It's a man. They're panties. Like, get away, you pervert.
That guy just didn't look like he was going to help me.
Okay.
I think you'd get some stones and use it as a sling.
I wonder why. Well, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking sometime we might actually pick up a stone and use the panties as a sling. All right, a hut. Oh, it's good they didn't walk the other way around. I was worried. I was thinking, that maybe he would
Inside
take
the
the
hut
other
was
path.
a chair and a small table.
Okay. Poster of the Generalissimo.
In Quaramonte, defacing a poster was probably a capital offense.
I just wanted to look at it. I really wasn't going to deface it, but would you like some panties? Okay, what about lipstick on the poster? Defacing. Okay. Would you guys like some lipstick? Well, we've been showing you the panties, but we also have lipstick. Would the band need some lipstick?
I decided to leave it.
Do you think Pearl wants some lipstick? Pearl, do you need some new lipstick? Okay, well, we got a guy in jail. We gotta find out what happened to Miguel. Did she look at me and tell me to go get screwed?
Hey, Nico.
Nico, we need your boobies. I mean, we need your help.
Just, trying to be subtle, so I'm going to scream her name and go around and tell everybody my full name and where I'm from.
Hi, I'm George Stobart. I'm George Stobart from California. You can find me at
Here's my
999 Fresco Drive. Oh, this guy's the pervert who wants the panties. He's the only one. He's the only one. Actually, he wanted the panties. Would you like some lipstick too while you're at it? General Grasanti.
He would have no interest.
Grasiento. Okay, we can talk to him some more.
Do you have a map of Claramonte?
A map?
No, sir.
I'm
No,
sorry,
we don't have
but
no
I
map.
What about the one on the wall?
Ah, that is an archaeological survey map, senor.
That's why you
Not
don't see it.
suitable for tourists.
Would you like to screw? Is that what that is? Is a screw?
Watch her.
I
Okay.
hear there was an accident.
Accident.
A few months
Okay.
ago.
That's correct.
A lot of men killed, weren't there?
A few.
30.
Barely 1% of the working population.
And music.
Is it true there's a restriction on music in Claramonte?
Yes, there is. An emergency measure introduced by Nuestra Senora.
Folk music is a link with the past for some of these people.
Link with the
Take away
past.
their musical
It's a good
roots,
game.
and what do they got left?
Easy listening.
You think easy listening could replace a musical heritage hundreds of years old?
Why not? It happened in your country.
I'll be back.
Score. Do you think that Ronaldo would like the panties? Ronaldo, would you
Still
like
his paperwork.
would you like some panties?
Never mind.
Probably not.
It's kind of Friday.
What about the prisoner? Can we
I
talk
had
to
nothing else I
Miguel?
wanted to ask him.
See, it's
Can we now
I
go
wasn't
back
going
there?
to try investigating the passage while the general was sat there.
Can you actually see anything back there?
No, but we know that there's a guy named Miguel who went to jail. Who was in the band, and we haven't found Dwayne.
And we're not one bit suspicious. I mean, there's not like a big dartboard or something, you know, that's got our name on it because we are just walking around asking a million questions. I wonder if we can go this way.
The cell was vacant.
What about the next cell?
There was a forlorn-looking guy asleep on the floor of the jail. It was Miguel, the pipe player. Hey, Miguel! He didn't hear me.
Do I have anything in my inventory to help him here?
I threw the dart at him. It's made him sleep.
That's awful. Awfully good. Let's try it. Blow dart and Miguel. I probably shouldn't have had 3 of those chocolates. I probably should have only had 2. Or maybe 1.
There's the professor.
Professor Uba.
Professor Ubier?
Yes? Who are you?
My name is Stobart. George Stobart.
I thought that face was familiar.
Dwayne.
Hey, George. Dwayne Henderson.
Hi, Dwayne. Just a moment. I have a few questions to ask the professor here.
Yeah. Like why his goon clubbed me.
Does the name Karzak mean anything to you?
Yes, I know him. In fact, if it wasn't for Kazakh, I wouldn't be here.
What?
He's financing my expedition.
Did you kill your wife?
Tell me about your wife, Professor.
Please, I don't want to talk about
Her name
that.
was her last name was Climax.
Maybe you don't, but I do. Why was she known as the Little Betsy?
It's just a silly pet name I used to call her.
Okay.
Somehow some damn
It had nothing to do about doggy style and 4. Never mind. Never
What
mind,
do you know
people.
about my
Never
boyfriend's
mind.
abduction?
I don't know what you're talking
You
about.
might gain
She
the
was
thing
invited
that
to
I'm a
your
pervert.
mansion in Paris.
Not by me, she wasn't. I haven't been home for nearly 7 months.
He hasn't been home. What about by this guy?
Have you ever employed a Central American butler or servant?
I've never employed any kind of servant, monsieur.
Would you like a Scooby snack?
Would you like a biscuit?
No, thank you.
You should, they're good. I can't do enough of these things. Can you tell me anything about this stone?
Where did you get that?
That's my business.
How much do you want for it?
It's not for sale.
That explains so much.
Can you identify this statue, Professor?
Oh, yes. Tezcatlipoca, Lord of
Tezcatlipolis.
A Central American god, right?
a supreme deity. Tezcatlipoca means literally smoking mirror.
That is the name of
See
the game,
mirror shield
the
in his
smoking
left hand?
mirror.
The Mayans believed he could look into the mirror and see into the hearts of men. He was the wind which came howling in the night in search of victims, and victims they gave him by the thousand.
Human sacrifices?
Men, women, children, animals, anything
Dogs,
that
cats, mass
the steps
hysteria.
of his temple ran red with the blood of sacrifices. The Mayans have a legend that says he'll return one day. I hope I'm not around to see it.
That explains so much, huh? Okay, how about this?
Do you see this label?
Yes, it refers to a company named Condor. What of it?
I traced that company here to Quaramonte. Do you know where I can find the offices of Condor Transglobal?
The company no longer exists. They went bankrupt recently.
I have proof that you are directly involved with Condor.
I used them as shippers to transport artifacts to a gallery in Paris. Beyond that, I have no connection with the company, which, as I said, no longer exists.
Do you know anything about this eclipse, Professor?
Of course. It's not the reason I'm here in Quaramonte, but I'm looking forward to seeing it all the same.
Yeah.
What's your interest in the eclipse, Professor?
Oh, it's purely a layman's curiosity. History is my subject, not astronomy. But
Oh, I
I've been
thought
fascinated
he
by
was
the
an
movements of the
archaeologist.
heavenly bodies since I was a child. I wouldn't miss a total eclipse for the world.
Because history and archaeology kind of are sisters of each
Does the
other.
eclipse have some special significance for you?
From me? No. For the ancient Mayans, it marked the end of the Fifth Age.
Perhaps we should be celebrating.
Ah, no. The end of each age heralds destruction on a global scale. The fifth is the final age, ending in the total destruction of the Earth.
Well, there, shit. It's even more important that we stop the bad guys, huh?
Take a look at this, Professor. What have you got to say about that?
Where did you get this?
Never mind that. How do you explain these withdrawals?
I left my financial affairs in the hands of my secretary.
Including the withdrawal of funds in cash from your personal account?
I trust Gwyneth implicitly.
And why Marseille? Why the very place my girlfriend was taken?
That's obvious, Stobart. We are both the victims of the same devious plot.
Now, what plot?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, we certainly won't leave here without asking him if he would like the
You wouldn't have
panties.
wanted that.
Damn it. Damn it, you know? Damn it. It spoiled my fun. Okay, so you really can't, like...
It was the guy I'd seen talking to the general.
That's all.
It was Pearl's husband, Dwayne.
Okay, here we go, Dwayne.
Are you still working for... you know who?
Who's that, George? You know I'm retired.
Oh, nothing. Forget it. I confused you with somebody else.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Do you think the general was involved with Condor?
Hell no. And if he's a general, I'm a Buddhist. No, that fella's just a mouthpiece for the real power in Quaramonte.
So the general is nothing but a puppet?
He's like Pinocchio before he met the Blue Rinse Fairy. Strictly strings and wood.
Who's pulling the strings?
His mother. Better known as La Presidenta, the dictator.
Does the name Karzak mean anything to you?
Sounds like a comic book villain to me, son.
He's the man behind Condor, and the rat who kidnapped Nico.
You know, the first time I met you, I was deeply impressed with your naive simplicity. I said to Pearl, if we ever had kids, I would have wanted a boy like George. But I underestimated you, son.
I think that sounds like an insult.
Did you know that traditional music is illegal in Caramonte?
Is that so? Seems reasonable to me.
No, really. The leader of the band in the square has been imprisoned just because of the music he played.
I don't know who you've been talking to, but that fella, Miguel, he's an agitator.
Miguel.
What's the real reason the musician was imprisoned?
Handed out subversive literature at the mines. That so-called general was waiting for Miguel when he got back into town. Marched him off to jail at gunpoint on a charge of inciting a riot.
I spoke to Pearl earlier.
Yeah? Did she mention that we had a kind of falling out?
Yes, she did.
She'll get over it.
Did you drive all the way down here?
Hell no. Pearl did the driving while I followed the maps. The way she handled the wheel, you'd think she'd been trucking half her life.
What's in the truck, Dwayne?
Oh, just camping equipment. Sleeping bags and tents. Me and Pearl always hankered after a taste of the great outdoors.
Aren't you worried about camping out in the tropical jungle?
We had a trial run in West Virginia. This'll be a breeze in comparison.
Of course.
Would you like a biscuit, Dwayne?
Oh no, those gourmet dog snacks bring me out in a rash.
You've tried them?
They were on special offer. Pearl bought a whole crate. When I asked her if she was thinking of keeping a dog too, she just laughed.
That's awesome.
Would you like to borrow my lucky piece of coal, Dwayne?
What's so lucky about it?
Well, we made it to Quaramonte in one piece.
When you've been here a few days, you won't look on that as luck.
They made Dwayne a lot more intelligent
Do you
than
know
in the
anything
first
about
one.
a shipping company called Condor Transglobal?
I never heard of it, son.
What do you think of these panties, Dwayne?
Lord, hot stuff, George. You buy those for your girl?
No, a guy we knew in Paris bought them for her.
Oh, you're a threesome then. Why are you looking at me like that, George?
Forget it.
Oh my god, this is great. Okay, so he didn't want the panties, right? Let's try to see if we can talk to Miguel now. Maybe we have to wake him up.
There was a forlorn
Forget the main quest. I just want to see how many people we can
Yeah,
hook up
pipe
with these
play.
dog treats. Seriously.
You could only do something like that in Skyrim.
Oh my gosh, this is great. Oh, okay. All right, so let's go back to Pearl and see if we can get any more information from her about driving.
I hear you drove all the way to Quaramonte in a truck.
That's right. You would not believe the state of some of those roads. Makes me downright sad to think there's still some places you can't reach in an automobile. In this day and age, you'd think there'd be decent highways just about anywhere folk choose to go.
Catch you later, Pearl.
Wow. Why don't you tell her how you really feel? What if we talk to Nico, who's lurking around over here? We need some ideas.
There was nothing else I wanted to talk to Nico about at that time.
The band, maybe?
You change your mind. You want to buy cabbages after all.
No.
How many you want? 2? 3?
None.
Don't come crying to me if you die of scurvy.
He wasn't going to be any help.
Slow. What else has cabbage? Would you like some panties?
That guy wasn't interested in anything except cabbages.
All right, do that for him, right? So what if we go this way? Mass Mart.
You can't leave without an exit visa.
And they can't get an exit visa without
Got a
visiting
MasterCard, will that work?
La Presidente. So let's see if anything up there in that office
Nico.
up there. Yep, Nico, could you come, please? Could you come and bring the boobs? Oh, actually, it probably won't work with this woman. Who? Want to guess who might be his mom?
Hola, señora.
Hi. We were wondering.
I was talking to the lady, Chico.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Nicole Collard.
Concha Garcia. How can I help you, sister?
The corporation I represent is considering a major investment in Quaramonte. Your advice, as the head of an obviously successful concern, is precisely what I'm after. My assistant, Mr. Stobart, has a few questions he'd like to ask you.
Have you heard of a man named Karzak?
No? Who is he?
He's the reason we came to Quaramonte. We think he's running a drug ring.
Well, I hope you find him, but I've never heard the name before.
Mining
Can you
accident.
tell me about the accident at the mine?
Accident? It was sabotage. Somebody wanted my mine closed down for good.
Do you have any evidence that the mine was sabotaged?
Not yet, but I'll get to the bottom of it. There'd been trouble at that mine for several months. The workforce was getting smaller every day. Someone had started a rumor
Thank you,
among the men
Slade.
that the mine was cursed. Now the entire operation has been closed down.
Where's the site of the mine?
Several days upriver at a remote area known as Teoculcan.
Here
Do you
come
know
the dog
Professor
snacks.
Ubier?
Yes. I understand he is about to embark on an archaeological expedition. He hired some equipment from me earlier today.
I overheard him talking to the general. I think they're working together.
What? If I'd known that, I wouldn't have hired out the equipment. Now, why would the general be interested in an archaeologist?
We also have the panties. But we'll start with the dog snacks.
Would you like a dog biscuit?
Would you like a smack in the mouth, Chico?
Well, if the dog biscuits get that kind of reaction, what do you think's going to happen with the panties? It never gets old.
Does this stone mean anything to you?
I think it is a spirit stone carved by a Mayan priest, no? I don't know which of their many gods it represents.
Let's wait and hold off on the get the hell out of here statue, okay? And just do everything else but.
Do you recognize the icon on this label?
Condor Transglobal.
Did the company operate here in Quaramonte?
Yes, they ran an old container ship, the Mayan Princess.
Do you know who owned Condor Transglobal?
I've no idea.
You see this? It's my lucky piece of coal.
What's so lucky about it?
I'm not sure yet.
Can you imagine? You go into the bank,
Nice
you're
bun.
pulling out items out of your pocket, and you're handing rocks, and you're handing dog biscuits. They probably call security and have you escorted from the building.
Have you heard about the forthcoming eclipse?
I don't take much interest in things like that. One of the boys might know about it.
Well, of course.
Would you be
We will
interested
in a
in
minute.
these panties? They look about your size.
Is that your best line, Chico?
I'm serious. They were an unwanted gift.
Put them away before you get overexcited.
Oh God! Oh, okay. Now we get the hell out of here. Take that away, statue.
Can you tell me anything about this statue?
It is Tezcatlipoca, the god of death and pestilence. That fetish would be considered by many to be a bad omen.
Okay, well, she didn't tell us to quite get the hell out of here, but it was close. I love. Is that your best pickup line? Okay, maybe we could talk to this secretary. She did say we could talk
Hi,
to.
good afternoon, and welcome to Consolidated Mining. If you are planning to stay in Quaramonte City, may I recommend the Consolidated Mining Experience. an interactive hands-on tour of one of our deepest mines, with talking tour guides available in 3 different languages. A
Great.
tour of a mine. Well, this is a mining company. What else did you expect?
How about telling us about the eclipse?
Do you know anything about the eclipse that's due soon?
Me? No, senor.
We know no stinking eclipse. It's all a lie.
Do you know where I could find Senor Karzak?
No,
Seriously,
How
though,
come you're not wearing
wouldn't you
any
know
pants?
if your
I feel
town
more
was
alert
having an
without them.
eclipse
Kind of
and
hurt.
you were like
And your boss doesn't
the
mind?
best view
She
in the world?
suggested it.
Huh.
He wouldn't be interested.
Why she have so many secretaries? He picked up the phone. The minute we walked over to him, he grabbed the phone. Busy. I'm very, very, very busy. Give me someone. Oh, I think he would. Yeah. Okay, hold on. We can talk to someone.
Are you looking forward to the eclipse of the sun?
Not especially. Are you?
I don't know. I've never seen one. All I know about eclipses is that you shouldn't try to view them with the naked eye.
Please. Go away and let me get on with my work.
Ever heard of a guy called Karzak?
Can't you see I'm busy? If I don't finish this stock report, the boss will be mad as hell.
Would this be totally out of the question?
He wouldn't want it.
Damn! Stop ruining my fun, George.